Just as Pat said, I'd like to welcome and thank everyone for being here today. It's my pleasure to host this in City Hall. Um, all of the events surrounding both this tradition and the St. Patrick's Day Parade have been part of my life since I was a child, being a musician and being involved with the parade and everything that came along with it. As I grew older and formed new bonds with new people, I started, attending the Friendly Sons dinner. Multiple other events that revolve in and around the very people in this room and the organizations that support each and every one of you and your heritage. So with that, I'd like to read a proclamation and present that to Mike and Chris Hoke, our Grand Marshals this year, and carry on with Chris McGrath after the proclamation. Thank you. Whereas on St. Patrick's Day, we recognize the many achievements, contributions, and successes of Americans of Irish descent. And whereas St. Patrick's Day is a cultural and religious celebration held annually on March 17th in observance of St. Patrick, the foremost patron saint of Ireland. And whereas St. Patrick's Day is primarily celebrated in recognition of Irish and Irish American culture and has been celebrated in the United States since the late 18th century. And whereas celebrations, which include prominent displays of green, as well as the other Irish flag colors, white and orange, enjoying traditional Celtic food and drink, and religious observances. And whereas New York State's third largest parade is hosted on our main street, noting that 2024 is 200 years since the first traditional procession led by none other than John C. Devereux. And whereas there are nearly 35 million residents in the United States with Irish ancestry, which is more than 7 times the population of Ireland itself. And whereas Irish Americans play an integral part in shaping American culture. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Michael P. Galimi, Mayor of the City of Utica, hereby proclaim the month of March as Irish Heritage Month in the City of Utica. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Now, Mike, you did a proclamation. I'm going to do the important
The real one.
proclamation. This is usually done by Judy Applegate, who is very sorry that she can't be here today, but I'll try to do as good a job with it as she always did. The Provisional Government of the Irish Republic to the people of Ireland, Irish men and Irish women. In the name of God and the dead generations from which she receives her old tradition of nationhood, Ireland, through us summons her children to her flag and strikes for her freedom. Having organized and trained her manhood through her secret revolutionary organization, the Irish Republican Brotherhood, and through her military organizations, the Irish Volunteers and the Irish Citizens Army, having patiently perfected her discipline, having resolutely waited for the right moment to reveal itself, she now seizes that moment and is supported by her exiled children in America and by gallant allies in Europe. But relying in first on her own strength, she strikes in full confidence of victory. We declare the right of the Irish people to the ownership of Ireland and to the unfettered control of Irish destinies, to be a sovereign and indefeasible state. The long usurpation into the right of the foreign people in government, it has not extinguished the right, nor can it be extinguished except for the destruction of the Irish people. In every generation, the Irish people have asserted their right to national freedom and sovereignty. 6 times in the past 300 years, they have asserted it in arms, standing on that fundamental right and again asserting it in arms to face the world. We hereby proclaim the Irish Republic as a sovereign, independent state. We pledge our lives and the lives of our comrade in arms to the cause of its freedom and of its welfare and of its exaltation among the nations. The Irish Republic is entitled to and hereby claims the allegiance of every Irish man and every Irish woman. The Republic guarantees religious and civil liberties, equal rights, and equal opportunities to all citizens. It declares its resolve to pursue the happiness and prosperity of the whole nation and all of its parts, cherishing all of the children of the nation equally, and oblivious to the differences carefully fostered by an alien government which has divided a minority from the majority in the past. Until our arms have brought the opportune moment for the establishment of a permanent national government, representative of the whole people of Ireland and elected by the suffrages of all men and women, the provisional government hereby constituted will administer the civil and military affairs of the Republic in the trust for its people. We place the cause of the Irish Republic under the protection of the Most High God, whose blessing we invoke upon our arms. We pray that no one who serves the cause will dishonor it by cowardice, inhumanity, or rapine. In this supreme hour, the Irish nation, by its valor and by its discipline, and by its readiness of its children to sacrifice themselves for the common good, prove itself worthy to the august destiny for which it is called. Signed on behalf of the Provisional Government, Thomas J. Clark, Sean McDermott, Thomas McDonough, P.H. Pierce, Iman Siant, James Connolly, and Joseph Plunkett. Proclaimed and submitted this day, March 13th, 224, in the City Hall of the great city of Utica, New York, by its proud Irish community on the day of the Irish flag raising. Frank?
Thank you, Chris. And, thank you to Pat, who's always putting in so much work to carry this forward. Let's hear it for Pat. He's done such a great job. And Mayor, thank you for always showing up and supporting everything in this community. It's always a privilege and honor to work beside you. And looking out into the room, I just want to say thank you to all of you. We're sponsoring the event, but it's an honor to be alongside you. It's become a tradition of ours. I told Pat, count us in next year, count us in the year after that. We're honored to be alongside you doing this. And looking out into this room, I hope the community is extremely thankful for all of you, because without you carrying these rich traditions and your culture forward, generations will be lost. So it's an honor for me to witness all of you carrying your traditions and culture forward so that your kids and grandkids have something to, carry forward. So thank you for letting me be a part of it and the dealership. It's an honor to be here today. Have a great day.
Well, this will be brief because I wasn't prepared for a little speech here, but it certainly is an honor for both of us to be part of this, with this role in the parade this year, especially in the light that 200 years ago, John Devereaux, the first elected mayor of Utica, started this parade, and his works of charity for the Irish people. He established the Irish Benevolent Association. I believe it was, Al's not here to help me out with that one, but it was an Irish Benevolent Association, and it helped many, many Irishmen. The diaspora that was here in the United States, or in Oneida County at any rate, have better lives for themselves. So it is truly an honor to be following in those footsteps, and I want to thank everybody here for their support in this parade, and for having us be here today to take part in this great honor. Thank you very much.
This experience here today is only one of the many events that we do with the St. Patrick's Day. Obviously, last Saturday we had the passing of the shillelagh from Colleen to Chris and Mike. That was a great event. I see many faces that were there that night. So thanks for coming out again here today. We had a great shamrock laying ceremony yesterday. Thanks, Al, for putting that one together. For those who weren't able to attend, it was a great event where we laid shamrocks down on John C. Devereaux's grave. He was famously known for wearing a shamrock on his lapel, so it was a great honor, great idea for the 200th anniversary there, Al. And so I think that will be a tradition going forward. So we're really filling out the week here. Obviously every Wednesday before the parade, we do the flag raising, which we'll go outside in just a few minutes to do. Friday we'll have, Thursday is the Friendly Sons thing. Friendly Sons dinner, and then Friday we'll be painting the green line in front of the Stanley. So get your spray gloves on and get ready for that, Mike, Chris. And then, of course, we have the parade on Saturday at 10 o'clock. The Mad Miles kicks it off loosely at 9:45 there. That's a wild and fun event, and it's going to be good weather, so we'll probably have a good turnout this week. So, yep. Yeah, knock on wood.
Why did you say that?
I know. I think we're all right. We're in the clear, right? So, all right, and I think that's that, right?
Right, yes, for events. Thank you, Frank, for those words.
Yeah.
Frank O. Master Vito. And Dave mentioned, the paint for the green line. I think you should wear some shoes that you don't really care about, just in case, because the paint flies.
Double it as a toenail, like a pedicure. Just go barefoot.
Lastly, I think Mayor Mike Galimi will bring us to a close, and then we'll gather past Grand Marshals, AOH, and we'll raise the flag. So, Mayor.
All right. And so I guess there's not much to say that hasn't already been said, but I'd like to invite everyone to the flagpole, and we will raise the Irish flag. So thank you very much. Let's do it. All right. Yeah, no, we'll lock it up. I have one upstairs.
You're the back